Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. In today's video, we are going to start with non-homogeneous ordinary differential equations. Of course, they'll be linear. We have been discussing, in the previous two videos, we discussed linear homogeneous differential equations with constant coefficients. Now this time, we are going to consider non-homogeneous ones. And as we know from our previous knowledge, that non-homogeneity means that the right hand side is non-zero, because for a homogeneous differential equation the right hand side is 0. So we are going to consider linear. Linear means that y and all its derivatives, you can see y, y dash, y double dash, so on, they are all existing with power 1. They are all having power 1, the dependent variable and its derivatives. The right side is non-zero, it's a general function of the independent variable x this time, so it's non-homogeneous linear equation. And the coefficient functions are in general functions of x, but in the previous two videos we have been discussing cases where you have constant coefficients. So let us see how do we solve non-homogeneous ordinary differential equations. Now this is an nth order non-homogeneous differential equation. So primarily we get questions based on second and third order for non-homogeneity, but yes, this may vary from exam to exam, but in general the focus is on second and third order solvability. So let's see, a second order non-homogeneous linear differential equation is going to look like y double dash plus pxy dash plus qxy equal to something involving x on the right hand side. So non-homogeneity, I am repeating, means that the right hand side is non-zero. For third order it's going to be generalized like this, and so on. The nth order looks like this. Now let us see how do we get the general solution of a non-homogeneous differential equation. Now there's a result which says that for getting the general solution of a non-homogeneous differential equation, you just have two components. You have to calculate two components, ycx and ypx. Now let us understand what are ycx and ypx and why does the solution look like this for a non-homogeneous equation. A general solution of a non-homogeneous equation looks like ycx plus ypx, where ycx is nothing but the general solution of the corresponding homogeneous equation. So that means what you have to do is you start with this given non-homogeneous equation and then consider the associated homogeneous equation. That means you consider right hand side as 0, you will get a linear homogeneous differential equation which we know how to solve. So just solve it using your knowledge of the previous videos. In the previous videos we have been discussing homogeneous equations, so you just find out yc using the techniques that we have learned in the last two videos. So ycx is going to represent the general solution of the associated homogeneous equation, and ypx is any one particular solution that you can obtain through any of the methods for this differential equation. So ypx is one particular solution. Now how do you obtain one particular solution is a different story. We'll be discussing that in great detail in the next videos also, and today also in the next question I'm going to demonstrate how do you get your ypx. But let's first understand the terminology. You calculate ycx. Ycx is called the complementary function. That's the reason there's a C attached to this. It's standing for complementary function, and yp is standing for a particular integral. So the general solution of a non-homogeneous equation has two parts. You calculate ycx, you calculate ypx. Ycx is nothing but the general solution of the associated homogeneous equation, which you know how to do, and ypx is a particular solution which we'll be learning how to obtain depending on the equation given. So let's first understand this idea through a simple example. Suppose this is a second order. You can see it's second order, it's linear because y and the derivatives are all appearing with power 1. Non-homogeneous because right hand side is 12x, it's not 0. So it's a non-homogeneous linear differential equation given to us, and we are expected to find the general solution. Now this general solution has got two parts. It's very easy to verify that if yc is a solution of the associated homogeneous equation and yp is a solution of the given non-homogeneous equation, then yc plus yp is also a solution, and since it's going to involve as many arbitrary constants as is the order, so it becomes a general solution, right? So it's very easy to relate to this idea, but then how do you calculate yc and yp given this differential equation? What you do is, in any situation where you are given a non-homogeneous linear differential equation, you find out the associated homogeneous equation. Now associated homogeneous means you do not have to touch the left hand side, just make the right hand side 0. So you consider y double dash plus 4y equal to, instead of 12x, you consider the associated homogeneous equation. So that means you consider right hand side as 0. Now this is a standard question which we have been solving in the previous 2 videos. You know that it's linear differential equation which is homogeneous, constant coefficient, so its solution will be obtained using characteristic equation. So you'll just calculate the characteristic equation, and we know that depending on the nature of the roots, this is actually 0 plus minus 2 iota, and we know, so this is alpha and this is beta, and we know for a complex pair the solution is given by e to power alpha x, which is not coming here because e to power alpha x will be 1, alpha is 0, c1 cos 2x plus c2 sin 2x. So this part which we get as the general solution of the associated homogeneous equation, that's called the complementary function. So you call it as ycx. So you do it the normal way, just consider right hand side to be 0 and then calculate your ycx the usual way. Now the second component that the general solution of the associated the non-homogeneous equation has got is called ypx. It's called particular integral. That means it's one particular solution which you can obtain through any of the techniques. If you can do it by trial, just looking at the equation, if you can guess a particular solution, well and good. If you cannot guess, then there are certain standard procedures for getting one particular solution which we'll be learning in a little while. So let's see, looking at this equation, you can see that if I put y as 3x, if y is 3x, this will become 12x, and y double dash, if y is 3x, y dash will be 3 and y double dash will be 0. So 0 plus 12x equal to 12x. So that means y equal to 3x. Just an observation, looking at the equation, I can see that y equal to 3x is a particular solution. It is very much satisfying the given non-homogeneous equation. So I have the general solution of the associated homogeneous equation with me, and I have one particular solution of the given differential equation with me. So according to the procedure, the general solution of the non-homogeneous one will be given by just the sum of yc and yp. So you just do yc, which you have got in the first step, and then this 3x which you have got through trial for this particular question, and this is your general solution of the given non-homogeneous equation. So the idea is very simple, that for a non-homogeneous ordinary differential equation, the general solution has got 2 parts. ycx is obtained as general solution of the associated homogeneous equation through characteristic equation, etc. Whatever is the technique that you know for finding ycx, you just equate the right hand side to 0, look at the new equation, the homogeneous one, and then solve it the way you have learned in the previous videos. Now for ypx, this is a challenge. For getting one particular solution, sometimes the equation is very easy, so you are able to obtain ypx just through trial, just through inspection. You just look at the equation and you are able to make a guess of one particular solution, and through that one particular solution and the general solution of the homogeneous equation, you construct the general solution of the non-homogeneous equation also. But then trial may not work all the time, because sometimes the equations are such cumbersome that looking at the equation you cannot guess what one particular solution can be. So for that there are 2 standard methods. One is method of undetermined coefficients, which helps you to get one particular solution, and the other is method of variation of parameters. Now these 2 methods are the methods which we are going to focus on the next 2-3 video links. We are going to focus on method of undetermined coefficients first to find out yp, and later on we are going to switch to method of variation of parameters. Now both these methods are going to land into yp. So the lookout is for one particular solution. If you can obtain it through trial, well and good. If you cannot obtain it through hit and trial, you will have to use either method of undetermined coefficients or the method of variation of parameters to get your yp. And once you have one particular solution yp through these methods, and you know the general solution of your associated homogeneous equation yc, the sum of these two, yc and yp, are going to give you the general solution of the associated non-homogeneous equation. So yc plus yp, so this is hanging, just pardon me, this is yc and this is yp. So the general solution will be given by yc plus yp for this differential equation. So the idea is very simple. For a non-homogeneous differential equation, just find out the complementary function. Complementary function is nothing but the solution of the associated homogeneous equation. That means you equate the right hand side to 0 and find the general solution, that is yc. For YP, either do it through trial. Trial will not work all the time. So either we'll be adopting the method of undetermined coefficients or the method of variation of parameters to find out our YP, and in the end we are going to sum YC and YP to obtain the general solution of the non-homogeneous equation. So that is all for this video. In the next video we are going to learn method of undetermined coefficients.